Hi, everybody, and welcome to Evolve Love. I am your host, Amanda, and I am so happy that you have found this podcast. Are you looking for daily inspiration, motivation, and wisdom to help you begin your day feeling supported and uplifted with love? Well, you have come to the right place. This podcast is a space of encouragement where you can be held in your self-development because in order to evolve, you need love, and it begins here with you. Now, let's get into today's episode. Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I hope that you are all having a good start to your week. And though this week here at Evolve started with a really deep concept on Monday and a really heartfelt share, Tuesday's episode felt a little lighter because I felt that the direction that I was looking for was in creating something, an action item that brought back that feeling of fun and less pressure and less responsibility into my days when we talk about this concept of just because. And this is something that we're really weighing on through this week, or really trying to put emphasis on, is this notion of just because. And today we're going to go back to the heavier, deeper element. And this is because the card that we pulled for today is definitely one that's going to show the depths. And I think it's important though. At first I thought, oh my gosh, we went heavy, light, heavy, and that's okay. This week is going to flow like a roller coaster, I think. And I just really felt that it came in a very important way. And I'm glad that this is the card that we need to look at and talk about today. So today I pulled from the Sacred Forest deck by Denise Linn, and I love the Sacred Forest deck. I feel very connected to it, and with the moon still in Capricorn, soon to be transitioning, I felt like I still wanted this earthy energy. So the card that we pulled was number 32, Raven Spirit, and the Raven Spirit is associated with truth. So that is the main principal concept of this card is truth. And we are going to get into it. We are going to get into the truth of ourselves, the truth of what we're doing in our day-to-day. So before we get into this discussion, I wanted to just read a couple of phrases that came from the guidebook around this card because I think it's going to help us to see where this is going to help us on our path. So the truth card reminds you to focus on what is important. It focuses on honoring your truth, looking at what is real and what isn't, and also, too, allowing yourself to see it in that present moment of each day. And with our truth, so now we're going to connect back to Monday's episode. We really talked about how sometimes we put a lot of emphasis on our days, whether it's the projects we're working on, things within our career, things within our home, because actually of societal expectations and societal norms. And some of these things that we're doing and putting on our heart and putting on our plates, they're not even ours to hold, but we have just taken them on because of expectation. So when I was looking at my day and that day feeling so overwhelmed, where it came time for me to sit down and begin working on my creative projects, when I noticed that I couldn't, it really made me question, is this creative project something that I really do feel is on my heart for me to put out there? Or is it something that I feel is an expectation of me with the platform that I'm building, with the podcast community that I'm growing, all of this stuff here. And I'm being really open and honest about this because I feel that there are so many ways that we can all personally connect to this. And I'm going to tell you what it came down to for me too in just a bit. So hang on and hold on through this. But with this, it also showed me the other side too of things of why did I come to this place of I have a block of time and I need to do something in that block of time for it to be worth it. I have to set aside or schedule time for myself to be, working, being productive. And yet, would it be a worthy time block if I just spent that time sitting outside? Would it be a worthy time block if I pulled out any old book just to read? Would it be worthy if I picked up a phone and called a friend? And to me, when I have these pockets and spaces of time, I feel like when I do things like that, I feel like I'm wasting my time because I should be doing this. I should be doing that. I should be working on this. I should be getting this ready to launch. I should be doing this. And something in my body just told me, like, stop for a moment and take a look at this, because you have 3 hours ahead of you right now. And though you have creative projects on your heart, this is not the time for them. And I know I talked a bit about that on Monday too, so I don't want to reiterate all of that, but what it really made me realize and connect to is that I need to find the space just for myself to not do anything productive and not do anything creative. Because I think even though creativity, especially today, has kind of gotten a positive light, be creative, be an artist, pull out your crayons and tap back into your inner child. To me, still, that's the act of doing something that I'd be checking off a list. Okay, creative time, check. Whereas, is there anything that I could do during this time block that just really doesn't amount to anything more than rest, that doesn't amount to anything more than relaxing? And so with this whole concept that was coming up, it really was helping me to see, this card says, the truths of what I am holding on my plate. Is this really that important? Is this really worth it? Is this something I should be focusing energy into? And when it came down to it, I felt like it was really clear to me what in my heart is something to keep moving forward with, and what is something that I think people or society in general expect of me. And this was a great awareness. Having this card helping me to see the truth in my day is now something that we are going to encourage ourselves to do in today, is find this, find within our day, especially those moments of overwhelm. This is another thing that helps me too, is when I am overwhelmed, I have to immediately think what is overwhelming me? Is it the items that I'm trying to accomplish? Is it the environment? Is it something in the environment? Is it something that I saw of somebody else? Does it have to do with another person's energy within my own? And with this, it's helping to see what is mine and what is not. And then this idea of the just because came up because that was when I had a huge chunk of time in my life where I did not feel like I had to put anything on my plate. My plate was free. My plate was open. I could put anything I wanted onto it. And there was nothing telling me otherwise. And I don't even think that sometimes I know how to think like that anymore. And I don't think that I'm the only one that would feel that way. But with this, what I thought would be a good way to look at the truth in our days is to look at a scheduled hour to hour of your day. So today's journal prompt is going to be sort of like a schedule. And maybe you do this for today, maybe you do it for tomorrow, however you want to look at it. But I want you to think about the old day agendas. And I'm not even saying old day because I still use an agenda. I love my planner. But I want you to think about from the time that you wake up to the time that you go to bed, writing out every hour. And within those hours, I want you to just log. What did you do in that hour? And this might be easier to do on your phone too, because if you're out and about or doing things, but say you have one note today where we're just keeping track. And on top of every hour, we look back at the hour we just had and write all that you did. Was it household chores? Was it something for work? Was it something for yourself? Did you do a workout? Did you go for a walk? Did you spend time outside? And with this list, at the end of the day, looking to see, was there anything you did just because? Okay, so being honest with yourself, like, was it a day of duty? Was it a day of responsibility? Or was there free time in there? Was there moments of just like carefree, whatever you need? And then along with that, looking at each moment of each day and each hour's block and asking yourself, who put this expectation on this moment of my day? Was it myself? Was it a societal expectation? Was it a career expectation? Like, why was this item done? And though we can't always change this, like our responsibilities aren't changing, our day-to-day isn't going to change from this. It's about bringing the awareness to it. Because I think when we look at things like, say, like you don't like doing the laundry, like, some people love laundry, and that's cool. But when we have these items on our list, it's like, doing the laundry. Okay, was that something you felt good about doing today? Did you not feel good about it? Is there something we can do to fix and shift the energy around it? Or can we look at it as just something that like needs to be done just as much as putting gas in the car needs to be done? Like, how can we reframe? So this schedule, this journal prompt that we're going to be doing is helping us to look at things and also helping us to see where we are also so fortunate to be able to have these items. And it's, again, just bringing an awareness, because I hope that at the end of this day, you're not going to feel overwhelmed when you look at it all. I'm hoping that you look at it in a different way, that even if it is full, even if it is packed from wake up to bed, then maybe you can tell yourself in the next day, I need to create a block of space if I can. I need to create a space of time. Or is there ways that I could add just because elements to the responsibilities and duties of that given day? So like, say you have to go and I guess we're talking about laundry. So let's continue talking about laundry. So say you're doing laundry. Can you put on that podcast that you've been really curious about listening to? Can you put on an audiobook? Can you put on your favorite artist and have like a little dance party while you're putting the laundry in? Can you switch the tone and add a just because to those things that feel like those duties? Okay. Because like I said, the responsibility is not going to change, but how we approach it will. And that is something that I'm like really realizing with this, because I don't feel like my life is going to dramatically change just because I'm adding in a just because, but I do feel that it's going to add something new, a new layer to it that hadn't been there before. So in today, I hope that this helps you to see, and also too, to evaluate what on your plate is something you want there. And what is something that you don't want to have on there? Is there anything you can shift and change around in your day? Maybe there's an item on that daily schedule that you're like, wow, I do not want this as a part of my life anymore. Can I delegate it somewhere? Can I have somebody else do this task? Or can I not do it every single day? Is there a way to do that? And just like remembering to bring the things that bring joy to your life into your list, into your day-to-day, because this is your life. This is your day-to-day. So how can we make that day for us? Like, make it your day. And I think it's so funny because like my daughter loves the Little Pony New Generation album. It was actually one of my top most listened to on Spotify Wrapped last year. But there is a song in it called Gonna Be My Day. And it's just such a good song because it's gonna be your day. Like, you can make your day however you want it to be, even around the responsibilities and duties. But we just need to get to the truth of the matter of every single item within that day. I hope today's episode helped you to bring clarity into what it is that you're needing to see, shift, or change. And I hope that it also helps you to feel supported, that if you are feeling these heavier feelings like I am, you're not alone. And this happens to all of us. So I'm sending you all my love and support. And I want to thank you so much for your support and for your listens and for being here. Don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at _evolve love so that you won't miss out on anything over there. And I hope you have a beautiful day. And I hope it is your day. I hope today's going to be your day. All right, everybody, I'll talk with you tomorrow.